It's Sunday night, and this is the Conjugal Visit on KGFRocks.com.
Conjugal Visits here on KGFRocks.com. Can you hear me okay there, Guido?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. I can hear you going, damn, oh, shit. Yeah.
Welcome to the Conjugal Visit on KGFRocks.com through Spreaker. How are you all this evening? I hope you all had a great weekend and a better week than I had this week. We're going to talk about that more a little bit later, but I'm here with my good friend Guido. Mr. Guido, how are you tonight?
I'm pretty groovy, man.
Yeah, pretty groovy? Well, cool. Yeah. I'm pretty groovy as well. I'm okay. I'm feeling a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling just a little bit better.
Well,
yeah.
I just want to, in some words of wisdom that I once heard, that it's getting better all the time.
Yeah, it's getting better all the time. It is. Yeah. It really is.
It can't get no worse.
Yeah, it can't get no worse because I used to be cruel to my woman. I used to beat her and keep her apart from the things that she loved. Surprising Beatles lyrics there.
You can remember that, but you can't fucking remember the password to the email account.
Those Beatles songs have been beat into my head all my life.
Right.
There's no getting out of it at all. I mean, they are embedded in my head. So, that stuff there, the long term is great. The short term is what's bad.
Right.
Just don't make it fucking complicated. I like to make it simple.
Yeah, but you can't. Yeah, you have to. No, see, your problem is you
simple
change. You change all your stuff, and then you're like, "Fuck, I don't remember what I changed it to."
Right. But I've been really good about it lately because I've been putting it into I've got a special location in my notepad that says passwords, and I just go in there and I add my password and I save as, and I wipe out the old one if I change it. So I've been pretty good about it.
That's good.
Yeah, I've been doing all right on that.
Yeah, you have been better about it.
Yeah.
I remember when we first started the station every other day. Dude, what was the password? It was the same one as it was yesterday, man.
Nothing to say. You used to say to me, fuck, I don't know. Aren't you saving these motherfuckers?
Well, yeah, because mine
Hold
is
on.
automatic. Because then I got to go into my password lock and look for it for you.
Like you know it too, right?
Yeah.
Like you,
I don't
like you. Like
Well, that's the thing is, like, they say you shouldn't use the same password for every website you use. And I understand that whole meaning because if someone finds your password for one website, they get your whole life.
Right,
and
exactly.
You got 10,000 different accounts. And you're like, fuck, I haven't gone to this one in 8 months. What the hell? Is it the username? Is it my email address?
Right. I'm telling you.
I uppercase the T? Did I can pound sign this? And it's like ridiculous.
It's just one of those things where you just can't fucking get out of it, man. There's just no getting out of it or getting away from it.
Well, there's so many times I had to start new accounts. I got like 18 different accounts because I couldn't find the fucking password.
Let's see. Let's add it up, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 accounts. No, 6, 7, 8 accounts, 9 accounts that we have to have passwords for.
Right.
Okay, so that's a lot of fucking passwords, man, to try and remember. Especially if they're not the same one.
Right.
And it's dangerous to make them all the same fucking password.
Right.
Because we got douchebags that we used to work with in other places that would take advantage of that. It's unfortunate, but that's the way things are.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this month of July has really, really sucked.
Yeah. Sounds like it has.
Yeah, and it just July. I know of in my personal life of 3 people who passed away, and then I know other people who had other people pass away. 10 people that I am at least associated with have passed away in the month of July, and
Wow.
it's fucking incredible, man. I'm going, what the hell is going on? We got a suicide over here. We got someone who dies from a blood clot. Just suddenly, she was healthy as can be, and then the next thing you know, she's gone. And just all kind of one kid shoots himself by accident. July has been hell, man.
Yeah.
July,
And we even lost celebrities too. Chester Bennington from Lincoln Park
committed
and
suicide. What is
Right.
with this fucking suicide shit? And now I'm hearing that his fans are committing suicide.
Yeah, well,
What the fuck are
Lincoln
these
Park.
fucking
Lincoln
people
Park was a
thinking?
huge band. It would have been like when Paul McCartney passed away. The girl's been 64 would have killed himself. That's why fake Paul McCartney had to come in. And that's
Oh, is that what it's all about? Is that what that is?
right.
Yeah, that's Paul McCartney. Trust me.
Well, it is now. Yeah, legally.
Yeah. Oh no. It's not only legally, physically, and DNA, all the whole
I'm
nine
telling
yards.
you.
That's Paul McCartney. I know Paul McCartney. Trust me.
Do you know what I don't like at funerals or wakes okay? Why do they call it? And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anybody, but why the fuck do they call it visiting hours? You're not visiting.
It's a visitation.
But you're not visiting Aunt Bessie. She's
dead. She doesn't know
she's
you're
dead.
there. Well,
She's not
she
coming?
may know you're there. We don't know what's in the afterlife now, do we? Now
But don't
talk
call
about
it
doubting
visiting
Thomases.
hours.
Talk about doubting Thomases. She could be looking down at the people who come. I never did like him. He looked right at you, Guido. I never did like him. What's he doing here?
Well, they fucking say that when they're alive. So
Right, exactly. That's my point. That's my point. Or they say, keep an eye on that guy. He might steal my jewelry.
Oh, that's my wife. She's Mexican.
Oh, okay.
Not me.
Keep an eye on that guy.
Yeah.
So, no, and funeral homes are scams.
Oh, 'cause Jesus Christ! I mean, it's like it's the worst thing in the world. Already you're emotionally distraught.
Yeah.
And that you got to go deal with the fucking used car salesman.
Yeah, he wants to sell you this casket. Now,
Right.
now tell the folks, you had a funeral in your lifetime where you
Sure.
had to rent a casket.
Oh yeah, it was like I can't remember. It was $1,500 or $2,000 or it was over $1,000 that we had to rent
A day, folks.
a day.
$2,000 for a
One
day,
and then
folks.
he was cremated, so they took him out of the casket, cremated him, and used the casket for something else.
For somebody else. Isn't that neat, folks? Isn't that cool? Reusable caskets, dude.
Yeah.
And then there's been scams where, they show the body in this really nice casket,
Right.
and then they remove the body and they put it in this cheap plywood casket and bury you in that. And
Right.
nobody sees them switch you out.
Yeah, I just don't understand. Okay, it's like, why do you have to spend so much money? Why does it have to be so much money?
Because it's a once in a lifetime event, man. It's a life event. It's just like a
Sure.
fucking wedding. It's a life
It
event.
is. It's a life event. But-
And you want it done right and with taste and with dignity, and you figure you're going to get that from the funeral director, but you don't.
Right.
It's
Well,
like a
I don't
hall.
like-
You're renting
I
a
don't
fucking
like the
hall.
fucking
Put the
food.
body down at the AMVETS, for Christ's sake. It's
Right.
cheaper. I mean, none of that makes any freaking sense to me.
Well,
It's
they
so
used
expensive.
to. You used to. Back in the 20s and 30s, and that you fucking laid your uncle out in the front living room.
Really? Yeah. In the old days, that's where they laid up Lincoln, right there in his living
Right.
room.
Yeah.
They used to put him
Oh.
put the body right out there where everybody could
that-
see it.
That must have been traumatic for you.
Well, in those days, yes, it was. I mean, I remember
Yeah.
I remember going to someone. I think it was my great grandmother's funeral.
Yeah.
And it was in the home. They had the body and the casket right there in the home, and they had 4 candles set up, 2 at each end of the casket, and you'd go walk through, and they'd have the lights really low. It was creepy.
Yeah.
It was fucking creepy. Death
And-
was
and-
something
and-
different back then than it is
And then
today.
if I was a fucking kid that
Today,
lived in that house, I
I'm
would go in
telling
there.
you, okay, there's a line, okay, and the lady was really a sweetheart, and she had a lot of friends. But I'm gonna kind of spill this. The line, dude. There must have been 500 people come to visit.
Oh, the viewing?
Oh yeah, today
The viewing.
at the viewing,
The viewing.
yeah, at the
Yeah,
visitation
yeah.
they call it.
Yeah,
At
yeah.
yeah. So we're waiting in this line, and people are stopping to talk and shit. And I kind of said it. I was being a prick because fuck, I stood in line for almost 2 hours to see her, and I'm thinking to myself on the right side, this is not a fucking rock star.
Right.
Okay, that's first. She must have been a real sweetheart. Okay, that's what I'm thinking, right? So I'm waiting in line, and they stop to talk, and they stop to. I'm looking up, and the line is there's like 50 feet that they need to fucking move up, right? And I'm standing there, and I'm sweating. Guido, I'm sweating, and I'm standing there, and I'm going, motherfucker. And then finally, I just said, you know what? After we get through this line, you can come back and talk.
Right.
And I said it out loud. And
Well,
everybody got wet like that and turned and looked at me, and I said, well, I mean, come on, let's go.
right.
I got a headache. I'm sweating
You
my ass off.
fucking asshole.
You know, and here I am staring at the body. She's laying up there by herself and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm, want to get through the line and give condolences to her husband. And
Right.
really a nice guy, and she was a wonderful lady. And come on, let's go. Let's go.
Right.
And let's make this easier than it has to be. But you always got that one guy that wants to run his fucking mouth for an hour.
Right. Well, the thing that bothers me is like when your father passes away, or you're someone that you're close to, you know everybody that they see in their life and they hang out with. Then at their wake or whatever, all these people come, oh, your father, this, that, whatever. Well, I haven't seen you in 25 fucking years. Shut up. I mean, it's
Right?
like,
Right? Yeah, I haven't talked to your father in 25 years. The best funerals was the mafia funerals.
Right.
Those were the ones where, whoever sent the biggest set of flowers was probably the guy that killed you.
Yeah.
Okay?
Pretty much. Well, that was personal though.
Yeah. No, business.
Business,
Strictly business, man.
Yeah.
I didn't say nothing.
Yeah.
I
You
didn't say
dirty
nothing.
rat.
Yeah. Just like in the movie Godfather 2.
Right.
Where what's his name down there in Cuba? He says, hey, when you guys killed them guys there, Lansky and them guys over there in Vegas, I didn't say nothing.
Oh, Hyman Roth.
Yeah, Hyman Roth. I didn't say nothing because that's what we do. That's the
Right.
business we're in. Now I'm gonna go take a nap. If I come out and the $2 million is there, I know we have a deal. I have a partner. If it's not, well, then it's over. Yeah.
You kind of sounded like him, an old Asian Jewish person.
Yeah, he was pretty cool.
Yeah, he
Hyman
would.
Roth.
But here's my favorite scene in The Godfather: it's the fucking horse head in the bed. Oh my
yeah,
god,
I love that part.
That this is your prized possession. You said no to me. There,
Dead. See ya.
and
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
well, that's it. It's like they're not. The mafia never hurt you physically. They're going to hurt you in a different way.
Right, and not only that, when the mafia does something for you, you can expect a call one day. It may not be tomorrow. It may not be next week. It may not be a month from now. It may be 5 years from now. But you're going to have to fucking chip in. You owe the Godfather. He did you a favor. You got
Right.
to pay it back. It's just like in the movie when his son got all shot up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he took him to the funeral home. And he told him, look what he did to my son. Look what they did to my son and shit. And he says, you ready to do that favor now? He said, I am, Godfather.
Mm-hmm.
He owed him a favor, man. He owed him a favor.
Yeah.
And the mafia is pretty cool. I mean, them guys there, man.
Yeah.
The old mafia, they killed each other.
Yeah, I was pissed off when I was. Tell me if this is wrong. as an Italian American, I was upset that my family wasn't in the mafia. I'm like, what the fuck did you do wrong?
Yeah, how come you weren't invited? Well, there's only a small percentage. It's like these MS-13 bullshit that's going on now. These guys here, these guys are vicious. They do it right out in public, and they don't give a fuck. Lock me up. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll just finish my career in prison. I don't give a fuck.
No, and they don't
care. They don't care.
They don't.